Linux sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man, I loved those. I still love them.
Past tense?
Oh,
You prick.
not anymore. I hate them now. But
good.
No, but I wanted to know like what actually inspired you to do Linux sucks in the first place.
Because it sucked.
Yeah.
It was like 2007, 2008, and Linux was awful, man. Like I used it and loved it, and I wasn't going to use anything else, but my God, sound didn't work, Wi-Fi didn't work. Half the time your GPU acceleration, not only did it not work, but it screwed everything up. New updates would make it so Xorg wouldn't load anymore, or sorry, X11 at the time, whatever. And things just wouldn't function. I mean, and hell, I mean, Ubuntu, the most user-friendly thing in the world, was this weird conglomeration of orange and brown, and it just was the terrible color palette, and like there was just it was a sorry time to be around in the Linux world. We had the Lindos, Linspire debacles, and companies were going out of business, and the lawsuits were flying, and Oracle was doing weird things, and oh my Corel, the Corel Unix related lawsuits. It was a awful time, and so it was literally just a venting session. Like when I started doing those, like the later on ones, it was like, you know, here's the way Linux sucks, and then halfway through I'd do this 180 and like haha, that's actually why it's awesome, and then I'd talk about how awesome it was. The first round I did, the first time or two, it was literally just let's vent about this so that we can have like group therapy, because all of us were undergoing the same pain all the time, and that's what it was. It wasn't, you know, I had a podcast. I was not a known name by any stretch at that point. Like like people would know of the Linux Action Show, but it was very casual, and I just was getting up and I was just ranting. It was just me ranting for an hour.
Right.
That's all it was, and it was good. It was cathartic for me, and then later on, it kind of took on a life of its own. Then I kind of loosened up. I kind of got more into my own groove, and then that show took off. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Linux sucks, and I was like, it was just a thumbnail in the suggested box, and I like didn't see who had actually published it or anything. And I was like, oh, Linux sucks. Are you kidding me? And I clicked on it, and it was you. And I was like, oh, my God, Brian.
Oh, I love that. People have stopped getting pissed about that one over the last year or two. But, man, there was, like, even up through, like, 2014, 2015, people would watch, like, 2 seconds of Linux sucks and then hop into the YouTube comments like, no, Linux doesn't suck. You suck. You sucky sucker. And, like, they just get pissed. And then there'd just be these threads of people, watch the video. You didn't watch the video till the end. And then people would just yell at each other. It was fantastic because whatever. But it was fun.
Yeah.
It still blows my mind how many people have watched some of those. Like I think the 2014 one, was that the one that was recorded on a cheap cell phone and got like a million views or something like that?
That
like,
sounds about right.
It was ridiculous. Like it was ridiculous. There was no production quality in any of those. The cameras were crummy, the microphones were crummy, the lighting was terrible. Like there was it's just the best. And yet a million people watch.
I mean, like the title is provocative, especially for people like us.
It is. I mean, but that's not really like that can't be the
That's why people watch it, man.
I can put out a provocative title, like, and people won't watch this much stuff. There's something about that particular like genie in the bottle though, like, or lightning in a bottle, whatever. There was especially early on, because Linux was going through those sucky times, that I think that it really like it resonated with people. Like that's what got it. It wasn't just provocative. Like people like saw it and they're like, it was provocative in a way that even if they didn't want to admit it was partially true. And so then they kind of hopped into it and got mad or whatever. But it was fun. And I've lost track at this point at how many people have told me that they started using Linux because they saw Linux sucks. Like it just huge numbers of people will have never used Linux before, and for some weird reason will have clicked on a video that said Linux sucks, and then they start using it.
Yeah.
Like, that is the most backwards route to getting into anything.
Oh, counterintuitive, yeah.
That'd be like, I don't know, going up to a toddler who hasn't potty trained yet and looking at him and going, toilets suck! And then the toddler going, wait a minute. Excuse me, I'm gonna go use the potty right now. Like, it just like that doesn't make any sense. Like that should not happen, man. But it does. And I guess it's cool. I mean, I'm happy to bring people over to the Linux side of things. I mean, that's half the point. So, you know, it's good.
Yeah. What you just heard is an excerpt of the Off Topical podcast. You can head over to offtopical.net and subscribe right now. The feed is freely available, and you know, it's a lot of fun. So why don't you just come over and hit that subscribe button? There's no real subscribe button. You got to use like an app or something. Anyway, podcast. Come get it.